Nets preseason basketball. Richard Jefferson ready for action tonight against the New York Knicks. Stephon Marbury, get used to that suit. He's going to be wearing it all night. Meanwhile, Zach Randolph stepped up the wardrobe in his move from Portland to New York, the newest member of the New York Knicks. And the feel-good story of the night, Nenad Krstić, big smile on his face because he returns tonight from the Izod Center. And tonight, the Nets and the
tempo, you try to make a statement against certain guys defensively.
Open look, Carter nails the triple. So Vince Carter, the contract issue dealt with during the offseason and dealt with very quickly. 4 years, $61.8 million, a partial guarantee on year 5. So that will not be a story like it was throughout last season. What would Carter do? Would he opt out? Would he look to test the free agent waters? And the Nets dealt with that in a hurry.
Preseason mentioned that he'd love to finish his career with the New Jersey Nets, Randolph, but a lot of times the contracts decide who makes a team and who doesn't.
Armstrong leaves it for Carter. A 3-ball from way downtown.
Out. Look at the little lead. He comes down a delayed break. Vince Carter from long range is shooting
right now for these two teams. Chandler rejected. Lee was there to clean it up. Was that Carter who got him?
I believe it was. And a little double team here on the block. Watch the elevation. It's pretty clean with Carter getting up a touch higher than McGlory just then. About a handful.
Carter using the screen from Allen, picked up by Lee. No look inside, McGlory with the banker.
It's all about establishing position, and really good delay just then. Vince Carter shaking.
Coming up, the Nets and the Knicks.
Sharp shooters, dazzling displays, crystal clear creativity. This season, every Nets home game on Yes is in spectacular high definition. Now, here's how you draw up the HD three-point play. First, score a high-definition television. Second, make sure you have HD service from your provider and the correct set-top box. And third, follow the setup instructions and tune to the proper HD channel. With Yes HD, it's like having a courtside seat without leaving your couch. Call your cable, satellite, or telco provider for more information.
Points and the 10 rebounds, so yeah, he's in a class by himself to some degree.
Carter buries it for 3. Vince Carter, 38% career three-point shooter. He has averaged 25.5 points per game as a member of the Nets.
Yep, and that pass was for a guy who was probably 6'6" at that point, Jason Collins.
Season battle without Jason Kidd. Knicks playing without Stephon Marbury. Competitive first.
If we always do what we've done, we're always going to get what we've got. Is anyone satisfied with having a very mediocre year last year? 41-41 is mediocre. Is anyone satisfied with losing in the second round of the playoffs? Now, if we are, we're going to politely ask them to leave. Otherwise, then this is what it's going to take. This is what we're going to have to do, starting with me, then to the assistants, then to our players, what we must do in order to get to where we say we want to go to. Now, saying is one thing, doing is another. This is their team, and it's important that everyone take ownership in it. Your window of opportunity, especially this group, narrows each and every year. If we're really sincere about winning a championship, we got to do it. Coach, player, management, we have to be committed to that task.
Start him because he's tight a little bit. Why take any chances?
Carter drills it. A 3. Here, Lawrence Frank and Isaiah Thomas. Here's Carter. Collins with the screen, and Carter takes advantage.
You notice Vince coming down in that last fast break. One of the things Vince probably shooting the basketball, he likes to be standstill shooting it or off the dribble, but on that quick breakdown, that's usually the one he has a little bit of trouble. And I think we're going to get out the biscuits as you see Vince Carter shooting the ball from long range, but they may have teed somebody up down the Knicks end, I think, on that break.
Technical called on Isaiah Thomas, arguing after the play. A timeout, Nets on an 8-0 run. Part of the second unit, if you're going to sit Carter and sit Jefferson,
right,
and look for some offense from your second unit, Collins wouldn't be the guy. Vince Carter getting all the way to the rim.
Seen, I think, 3 times already.
Oh, Vince Carter, rejection. And a foul called. David Lee was upset.
And now watch though Collins. You see Collins on the back right there. That forces Lee initially to drift a little bit away from the basket and then caught.
Couldn't lay it in. Jefferson tracks it down though. And the Nets will settle into the half court. Up top. Carter! Major elevation.
That's because a lot of people Armstrong for openers right. Jefferson. But here comes the upstairs and look at Vince. This is second level right there, huh? Maybe a third.
Right here on yes. Jefferson 25, Carter 22. From Darrell Armstrong, it leads to this thing of beauty. Jefferson to Carter, up top, and say goodnight. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Wilson, tape producer Troy Benjamin, graphics coordinator Mike Medved, supervising producer Wood. Again on Tuesday night, the Nets play host to the Boston Celtics.